Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back into Otram's YouTube channel. Today we've got a 99 Land Cruiser that the customer is unsure of whether or not their center diff lock is locking because when they push the button, no indicators work on the dash. I've already taken it for a spin in our gravel parking lot, engaged the diff lock. You can hear the motor, you can feel it engaging. So we're fairly confident that the shift motor and everything's working. So I've gone underneath. So I've come down here and I've back probed into the switch on the front top of the transfer case. I'm in the pink with black wire, which is the 12 volt feed for the engagement switch for the center diff lock. And then I've got my voltmeter set to volts. Crash, can you turn the key on? Okay, so Danny's turned the key on. We're getting just about 12 volts to that switch, so we know we've got power. Can you lock the center diff? Oh, and now the switch is working. When we were doing this before, it wouldn't close the switch. So it's going to basically ground because when you lock the center diff, it closes the switch and switches that 12 volts to ground. Go ahead and unlock it. Relock it. Okay. So now the switch is functioning. Before we would get little blips off the switch. Go ahead and unlock it. But anyway, I will take you over to the bench to show you the rest of the testing that we were doing to rule this out when we had a bad switch earlier. Us flipping the switch back and forth must have cleaned the terminals enough to get it working again. So this is another transfer case switch that we had laying around that we were using to test. And I'll use this one since the one that's in the truck is not cooperating with testing. Anyway, I've got my voltmeter set for resistance, and I've got pigtail adapters from my AES wave set, and we're just going to plug these into the switch as though it was the wire. And you can see we've got open circuit. And then pushing the button, nothing's changing. And that's what we were getting on the other switch. But because I pushed the switch in and out so many times, I must have gotten a clean spot on the contacts. And when we put everything back together to film a video to explain this, now the switch works again. We're going to call the customer and tell them, hey, switch wasn't working, found it bad during testing. Put it back in to shoot a video and it started working again, so it's your choice, whether we replace the switch or not. But, we tested it this way to make sure that the switch indeed wasn't closing. And then I followed that up with this set of wires that matches the connectors for the truck side. And it's just a jumper. I plugged this in on the truck side and made sure that, hey, when we turn the key on, the dash light turns on. If I unplug this, dash light turns off. Plug it back in, dash light turns on. That way we know the bulb's good and we know the wiring integrity, from the switch up there is good, which is what led us to, fully condemn the switch, which was apparently just intermittently faulty. But anyway, hopefully you found that useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.